The Yankee hitter's going to see a lot of fastballs that cut a little bit. Very high ERA, the 5.91. A couple more hits than innings. It's only been, a handful of starts in the big leagues, only 5 of them. Let's take a look at the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Well, here's Eric Fetty, and I just mentioned it to you. Fastball, cutter, split, curve. In that order. That's how he throws. That's the repertoire of his pitches. Still looking for a W. I mentioned he's got 5 career starts. His ERA is right at 8 at 7.96. So 26 big league innings. He's given up 23 earned runs. And I mentioned, top pitching prospect. He was drafted out of Las Vegas High School in 2014 as a first rounder. He was actually teammates with Bryce Harper in high school before Bryce left for his senior year to go play at a local junior college. Rest is history for Bryce. They like his arm, and it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. He is now, this is his second start in place of Strasburg, who's been injured with some shoulder injury.
Now let's take a look at the defense behind Eric Fetty, and it's presented by Geico. You've got Soto, Harper, and Eaton left to right in the outfield. In the infield, it's Rendon, Turner, Depot, and Reynolds third to first. Severino is behind the plate, and on the mound is Fetty. So Aaron Hicks doing some yard work in the left-handed batter's box. He's set. Hicks is ready. Fetty's ready. And let's do it here in DC. First pitch is low and we're underway. Line drive left field. It's a base hit for Hicks. It'll roll against the sidewall. Kick out to Soto. But Hicks has a leadoff double to start the game.
Nice hitting right here. He gets a fastball running away. Now he keeps his head down. It's a beautiful shot right there. Instead of pulling off, the intention of that pitch for a pitcher is for a hitter to pull off of it and get a ground ball somewhere. But nice job by Aaron Hicks staying with his 9th double on the year.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. Pitch is low. Fetty deals. Swing and a miss. We'll give you the umpires in a moment. There's a strike. How about this moment? Gabe Morales behind the plate. Ed Hickox at first. Jerry Meals, the crew chief, at second. Chris Siegel is over third. Leadoff double by Hicks. The 1-2. Fouled away.
So they just swapped out the home plate umpire. Everybody in the same spot. Ed Hickox, Jerry Meals, Chris Siegel, right? Ben May was the home plate umpire in that suspended game.
So Ben came in for 3.5 innings, or 3 innings. They didn't have a bottom of the ninth. 1-2. 2-2. Yankees 46-22. The Nationals 38-31. And the 2-2. Still 2-2. If you just joined us, we started the suspended game at about 5:05. Chad Green was on the mound, bottom of the 6th inning of a 3-3 game. Juan Soto pinch hitting, hits a 2-run monster home run to right center, and that stood up as the Yankees did not score in their 3 innings of at-bats. Judge chases a pitch way outside, and he strikes out. 1 away.
You're talking about that suspended game. Michael Judge in the last inning swung at a pitch off a Sean Doolittle down, and he was frustrated again. That's a good breaking ball. You see the depth to it, but Aaron Judge has got such a good eye, good strike zone recognition, swinging at a ball that was off the plate.
Here's Didi Gregorius. The Nationals had just come off 3 straight in Toronto where they picked up a loss. In fact, they'd lost 5 of their last 6 games. So that victory in the suspended game was big for them to stop their slide. Because what they've seen happen, Atlanta, coming into today, had a 3.5 game lead over the Nationals, the Atlanta Braves. Line drive right at Defoe, and they get the double play. Defoe fired to Turner, and Hicks did not get back in time and points to the Yankee dugout and says that they should look at it, which I'm sure they will before deciding whether or not it's a challenge.
We nailed it. Defoe quickly transfers. Let's see if we can see it here. Just took the umpires. Oh, he's
back.
safe. Yeah, he's safe.
He is back. Didi in the first game hit into a double play with Sanchez with poor base running. This was not hit right in front of Hicks, and he did try to get back, and it looks like he did. And they are challenging. There's another look. And the hand touches before the foot comes down. And they overturn it. They did it quickly.
Yep.
So that's going to bring up Stanton. He batted twice in the suspended portion and struck out each time. Also had some rough at-bats yesterday at Yankee Stadium. Want to know? Well, Didi certainly swinging the bat better. Almost hit into 2 double plays. (2-0). It was right around this time last year when Giancarlo Stanton decided to close his stance to an extreme, and that's when he took off and grabbed the National League MVP, hitting 59 home runs. So that might not be working that great this year, but he does not want to change. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Hicks will round third. He will score a seeing eye single for Stanton, just what he needed, and the Yankees are on the board.
Might get him rolling. As you said, Michael is 35th RBI in the year. The slider kind of middle away, pulls off, and you mentioned about his close stance. That ball away, the reason why he did that, you could see way pull that Trey Turner was playing him right up the middle shortstop side, but he was playing in more of the third base hole. Placed it perfectly. Yankees up 1-0.
Six balls, 8 strikes for Fetty. And that's going to bring up Gleyber Torres, who's batting 5th in the order tonight. Oh and 1. Good pitch on the inside corner, 0-2. So 1-0 Yankees here in the top of the first inning on the RBI single by Stanton. Still 1-2.
Spoiling a good slider right there. You look at the Yankee hitters, and Gleyber Torres, even though his last was 4 for 21, and 2 of those were home runs, 190, 10 strikeouts in the last 6 games. Let's talk about the length of a lineup and how different guys in this Yankee lineup contribute night in, night out. Kind of pass the baton. Offensively, they have been struggling of late, but you get good starting pitching, great bullpen.
Fly ball, center field. Harper is there, makes the play, and that'll do it. In the first, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left. Yankees won. The Nationals come to bat.
What a flip, man.
All right, so the Yankees score a run on the Stanton single in the top of the first. Now it's the Nationals' turn. Nationals starting lineup brought to you by Lexus, and this is how they will bat in order against Sonny Gray. Adam Eaton in right, Trey Turner at short, Bryce Harper in center. That's 1, 2, 3. Cleanup hitter is the third baseman Anthony Rendon. Juan Soto in left will bat fifth, batting sixth. First baseman Mark Reynolds. Wilmer Depot at second base, bat seventh, batting eighth. The catcher Pedro Severino, and Eric Fetty. He's going to pitch, and he's going to bat ninth.
Yeah, Sonny Gray on the mound. Yeah, basically the same matchup. Eric Fetty against Sonny Gray last week at Yankee Stadium. You see his numbers. It's much better on the road. The 4.4, 4.98 ERA. See the 70 hits in 68 2/3 innings. Let's take a look at the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Well, I mentioned on the road, he's got 6 road starts this year. His ERA is 2.83. Home, his ERA is 7.22. So it's a very much of a night and day kind of scenario. Cut down the walk, strike one. It's very, very obvious, but 68 innings, he's got 32 walks. At home, he's got 5.61 walks per 9. On the road, 2.83. It's a difference maker. Slider, curve, plus, plus. It's kind of been his go-to pitch this year. His slider batting average against is 180. He's got an 18% swing and miss rate, and his curveball is a 190 batting average.
One and one.
And I know, Michael, I mean, home, away, you pitch. You're going to, hopefully, if you stay healthy, you pitch 32 times in a big league season. And you got to figure out, both home and away. It's not always friendly for Yankee pitchers or any pitcher at Yankee Stadium. You see how stark a difference that is. 217 batting average against on the road. Very, very good. 309 at home, the 7 homers.
Did he go? Yes, he did. So Eaton down on strikes. Let's check out the Yankees defense behind Gray. It's presented by Geico. You've got Stanton left, Hicks in center, and Judge over and right. Infield, Andujar, Gregorius, Torres, and Bird, third to first. Roman's behind the plate. Gray is on the mound. I took note of this yesterday, Al, during the Old Timers Day ceremonies. Sonny Gray came out even before the intros were done, or before they even began, and stayed and watched every single introduction right from the Yankee dugout. And John Flaherty pointed out that Luis Severino, before the Old Timers were introduced, went up and down the lineup, shaking every Old Timer's hand.
It's nice. Yeah.
Gleyber Torres came out early too. I think that's great. I think it shows an appreciation for the game, what came before you.
You hope so, and I just hope that they appreciate it, meaning the present day players, because at some point you'll be the retired guy, and appreciate what's come before you and watch the guys that have done. You can learn something, Michael. Have a little chit chat. I mean, I imagine that any of those guys could sit down. They'd love to talk baseball with the guys that are active now.
And Paul O'Neill told a great story yesterday that CC Sabathia, knowing who was there, arranged a picture in front of the Yankee clubhouse where they have all the former Yankees signed the blue leather wall. CC, Guidry, Pettit, and Whitey Ford.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yankee lefties through the years.
Yeah. Well, I think they're the only team that does an Old Timers game.
I think there's one this year that has starting to do again. I forget who it is.
I would guess San Francisco.
Swing and a miss. Turner down on strikes. I think it could be the Dodgers that they're revisiting, because they could do it.
Yeah.
They're revisiting an Old Timers day.
Well, I mean, Michael, every team that's been around more than, since the 90s could do it. They just don't have the Hall of Famers and the World Championships as the Yankees do.
Looks like classes in session there between Boone and Sanchez. Boone told the media that he felt that Sanchez did make a running mistake at second base in the first game. So that could be what they're talking about, just conjecture. Harper takes outside. Yeah, they had a Dodgers alumni weekend this year on May 11th through the 13th, so it did happen already. And they played a game as well. Ground ball, and Duhar gets Harper, and that'll do it as Gray works a 1-2-3 first inning. We're going to go to the second. It's 1-0 Yankees. Well, fans, bring your family to Yankee Stadium on Thursday afternoon, June 21st, when the Yankees take on the Mariners. It's Yankee Plush Whistle Day, and the first 10,000 guests 14 and younger receive a Yankees Plush Whistle, courtesy of PC Richard & Son. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. I've just been notified by a friend in Boston now that the Red Sox had an alumni game this year as well.
What?
Greg Bird grounds one to second, one away. Julio Lugo homered off Pedro Martinez, first one they had in 25 years.
Is that right?
Yep.
I mean, you know what? It makes so much sense.
Yeah, let fans see the pass.
Well, but they do that. I know a lot of franchise. The Cardinals do a good job. The Phillies do a great job. I know San Francisco. I know firsthand with my brother Mark, who played for the Phillies and the Giants, and goes out for a weekend and etc. It's nice.
I remember when I was growing up, and I'm sure you remember this too, Al, the Yankees used to have their old-timers days, and it wasn't just Yankees.
Yeah.
They would invite back all the greats from the past, and you'd have the Yankees against teams with
Willie Mays and Duke Snyder.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That was pretty cool.
Well, I remember that crew, along with Mickey Mantle, they would go around to all the stadiums as a kind of a road show.
I think that was called the Upper Deck thing. Yeah, some kind of a. They put it all together, the trading card company.
Yes.
Because of what could be considered a double header, although technically it's not, the Yankees were allowed to call up a 26 man on their roster. Ground ball to third. Rendon will get Andujar. Giovanni Gallegos has been added, so the Yankee bullpen a little bit deeper. And, we're talking about that picture with the left-handers, and this is from the Yankee Instagram account. How great is that? And CC's the one who thought about bringing them all together.
Yeah, it's so great, so great. And for CC to say, hey, let's get together and take this photo, says a lot about CC as well.
Romine fouls it back.
Well, Michael, I mean, to further that photo, Ron Guidry, first year I get in the big leagues is in my rotation. My first year at big league camp, Billy Martin is the manager, and Whitey Ford was told to basically coach me for the entire spring, which was amazing. And I had Whitey on every side day and went on every trip. A great history.
1-1. 2-1 on Romine. Romine hitting .329, 4 homers and 20 ribbies. And is even better with runners in scoring position. Boy, it is a hot one here in DC today. The heat index in the afternoon was 105 today. I know it's hot in New York as well.
Up and down the whole East Coast.
Ground ball right side. Depot with a nice play. And from the outfield grass, he'll get Romine. And the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Yanks. 7 a.m. Eastern on FS1 as Colombia takes on Japan. Then on Fox, Poland battles Senegal at 10 a.m. followed by Russia against Egypt at 1 p.m. The FIFA World Cup Tuesday on Fox and FS1, or stream it all live on the Fox Sports app. Well, we go to the bottom of the second here in D.C. And Sonny Gray will deal to Rendon, Soto, and Reynolds. Yankees got a run on a Stanton single in the first inning. Nothing Yankees. Lost the first game 5-3 on the Soto pinch hit home run against Chad Green, handing Green his first loss of the year. And it was Green's fourth home run allowed this year. One. One and two is Gray working quickly, and when Gray works quickly, he's feeling good about his stuff. And he's trusting Romine to put down the right fingers. So you can see he's standing on the rubber right now. He's just waiting for Rendon. Ground ball in the hole, past a diving Gregorius and into left field. So Rendon picks up a single.
Yeah, pace and tempo, Michael, no doubt. There's not a question. If you could pick up your pace as a pitcher, throw strikes and fill up the zone, you'll get better plays. This is a curveball that's up in the zone after a good two-seam fastball that got him into a 1-2 count. Just left it up enough. And Anthony Rendon, I mean, we talk about the troubles of what Bryce Harper has had this year, but you know, as far as protection of having guys that can extend the lineup, this guy right here is a heck of a player. Really good, put the ball in play, kind of a 280, 290 hitter.
So here's Soto. Now Soto has had 5 plate appearances against the Yankees, 4 at bats. In those 4 at bats, 3 hits, and all 3 have left the yard. He had a 2 home run game at Yankee Stadium, and then the home run in the completion of the suspended game. Chopped off the plate, and Duhar throws to first, not in time. So an infield single for Soto.
You get a chopper off the plate, especially if you have any kind of speed. A good curveball down in the zone, hits right on the home plate, bounces up right here. Andujar has to respect his speed, hurry up and make a quicker transfer. I thought it was just a little too long, and Soto's able to beat it out by a step.
Now, I mentioned this in the suspended game, Al, the great story that Danny Nobler of Bleacher Report wrote on Soto. And one of the things that he pointed out was that when Soto was signed, he was a below average runner. And the Nationals said, you have to get faster. And usually they tell that to people and they don't do it. Well, he trained tirelessly. As that one gets past Romine, bounces right back, but the runners move up. And the Nationals are startled, Al, that now Soto has turned himself into an above average runner just because he was told you have to be faster.
I think this was a cross up here, Michael. Anytime you get the catcher coming out, Austin Romine, runner at second base. You know what? I mean, that hit off that, there's like a sign there with a little metal thing underneath the lettering. I don't know if that slipped out of his hand or not. That ball was not even close. You see him with the rosin bag, and you know, it depends on how you react to heat. Well, watch this here. It looks like it just squirted out of his hand. I don't think that was a cross-up.
Scored a wild pitch. Two and 0.
That's a big wild pitch. I mean, you get two singles. Still in double play order, and now you throw one to the backstop.
Goes off speed. Gets a strike.
That's a good pitch, Mark Reynolds. Nice career that Mark's had. Got picked up late, didn't even have a job after 30+ home runs in Colorado. Very respectable.
Up the middle, booted by Gleyber Torres. A run scores, and the out is made at first because of quick thinking and a great arm by Didi Gregorius.
Very good play. You know, come over right side of the infield. Gleyber Torres, you can see where he's pitching right behind home plate. It looked like right behind second base. Sonny Gray almost tried to kick it there, but watch here. The deflects off his glove, off the heel of his glove, and here comes Didi quickly. A strong throw. Yeah, he got him. Nice heads-up play by Didi.
So the game is tied at 1 as Soto moves to third, and the Yankees bring the infield in for Wilmer Difo. Difo did not like that call. Gabe Morales does not like that. He didn't like it.
See, that's a big old curveball. It's not where he catches it. This would be a great angle right here. Front knee looked high enough for me.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
I was a pitcher.
Still a pitcher at heart. One and two.
Good job by Austin Romine, runner at third base, and as a pitcher, you can never think about bouncing it, that your catcher's not going to block it and keep it in front of him with the runner 90 feet away. Especially on the breaking ball, you do not want to hang it. Looks like another curveball here. Yeah, got out. Right, that pitch right there. His body gets out. You're trying to throw that nasty 12-6 curveball, and it just slips out of your hand.
Grounded to second. He's coming home. And they have Soto in a rundown. He is tagged out, moving to second on the rundown as Difo.
Well, Soto, as a base runner, once you get snagged, he's on contact. Watch the runner at third. Infield in. He's going at contact. Torres firm throw right here. Now Romine run him, and right that little fake throw allowed Soto to be able to turn back to home plate, and in doing so, Wilmer Difo was able to get to second base. That's a nice job of getting caught up and prolonging the rundown to allow the runner to get to second base.
So here's Severino. Fouled off. Score at 4-6-5. No, 4-2-5, I'm sorry. The Reynolds ground ball was 4-6-3, so 4-2-5 for the second out. And a strike. First-year manager Davey Martinez. Longtime lieutenant bench coach for Joe Madden. First with the Rays, then with the Cubs. Checks his swing.
That's a good location right there. You see Romine upstairs after 2 breaking balls, did not break his wrist. Committed. I think that was a good call by Ed Hickox, first base umpire. High fastball usually calls for some sort of breaking ball down the way.
Swing and a miss. Severino down on strikes. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 man left. We played 2. It's 1-1 on Yes. Delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. A lot of Yankee fans here. You can hear when the Yankees score or make a play, there's a big cheer from the crowd, although when you look around the crowd, certainly a lot of red-clad fans for the Nationals. And Sonny Gray gets a base hit taken away. A diving play by Reynolds.
Beautiful swing by a pitcher there. Michael, you love this on the Mercedes-Benz Yes mode. Nice play by Mark Reynolds. Sonny got robbed.
Here's Aaron Hicks. Doubled inside the left field line in the first inning. Eventually came around to score on the Stanton single. Yankees in the middle of a long homestand, but had to head to D.C. after yesterday afternoon's game. After this game, they head back to New York. Tomorrow they start a 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners.
I mean, it's always nice to get the off day, but not terrible. What, about 2.5 hours on a Acela?
1-2. Here's the upcoming schedule. The 3 games against Seattle Thursday is a 105 game. By the way, the matchup, Severino against Paxton, which should be great. Then 3 games in Tampa Bay and 3 games in Philly. And then a week from this weekend, Red Sox in town against the Yanks. Grounded to Turner. They just get the hustling Hicks for the second out.
Hicks made that interesting. A little changeup he got out in front. Nearly beat it out.
Here's Aaron Judge, struck out in the first inning. One and 0. Checks the swing, 2-0. Three and 0 on Aaron Judge. See if they turn him loose. Probably will. And the pitch. He does swing on 3-0, and he grounds it foul. And Judge works a walk. And that brings up D.B. Gregorius.
Batting average creeping up for Didi after a great April and the complete opposite in May. Over 300 here in June.
Outside, Didi lined out to Defoe in the first inning, and initially it looked as if he turned a double play as Defoe fired to Turner, and the umpire Jerry Meals thought they got the double play, but it was challenged and overturned. And that became a big overturn because that allowed Stanton to come up, who then grounded. Single up the middle, and that scored Hicks from second. Two and one.
I know it's early in this game, Michael, but just watching Eric Fetty, it's basically fastball. He's got 2 breaking balls, but I think this fastball not really getting the true movement from the center field angle, but it's got a lot of late sink. And it's just a little because they're just not getting to the barrel to it, and he's getting a lot of fastballs. The Yankee hitters are. That's a 2-seam action where a pitcher will hold a 2-seam and try to get it either in on the righty or in this case down and away to Didi Gregorius. So you're getting kind of emergency type hacks here. You get a fastball count here.
Runner goes. Strike, throw to second. Oh, big jump for Judge. And he steals second base.
It really was. I mean, we had the tracker on there, 13-foot lead, but he looked like he was ready to go, and he did. And what a great jump right here. Big lead. Fetty's got a big leg kick. Didn't really give Pedro Severino much of a shot, but great jump. Takes a peek in, see what's happening. 2 outs, easily getting in. It's a 4th stolen base on the year for Aaron Judge.
That's a lot of person sliding in there. That bag moved. There's a metal spike that comes out of the bag that places itself in the ground. Not like the old days when you could actually slide and push the bag off its moorings, but this one doesn't give, and with Aaron Judge going in and almost gave. So he's in scoring position, 3-2 on Didi with 2 outs. Ground ball right side, Defoe there. He gets Gregorius, and that'll do it in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, only 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, 1-1. Put it on waivers. People's United Bank, member FDIC, and by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Now this is the site of the All-Star game this year here at Nationals Park. Nine, 1-2 in the Nationals order, bottom of the 3rd inning. Will you be here with MLB?
I will. Yeah. It's a good venue, great city. I really like DC. I think it's gonna be great.
The pitch to Fetty. There's a strike. National League All-Star voting was updated today. And you see Harper with a big lead. Freddie Freeman as well.
Wow. So that's are the fans, how are they doing on the accuracy? I know Crawford's having a great year there. Kemp, Markakis as well.
Kid Albies has been great for the Braves. The American League updated will be tomorrow. Strike 3, Fetty down looking.
How about that? 3 Braves starting so far. First place, right?
Tied for the best record in the National League. They're 42 and 29, and Milwaukee's 42 and 29.
I mean, is that quick? The turnaround when they made all those trades and Kimbrel and Ryan McCann?
So quick, yes.
I thought they were a year or two.
They are what the Yankees were last year, about a year or two ahead of schedule.
Philadelphia right there, half game behind, well, half game behind the Nationals.
Base hit. Eaton picks up a single. Now they're a game behind because the victory in the suspended game by the Nationals. Here are the updated standings. Nationals 3 back of the Braves, Phillies 4 back. Mets winners of 2 straight against the Diamondbacks, 10.5 back. Marlins 14.5 back.
Well, all this is going to matter, right? Coming down to that trade deadline, who's buying, who's selling. 6 weeks to go, I guess.
Eaton back.
I saw Sonny Gray in New York in his last start pick off a couple Nationals on that very move there. You see Adam Eaton. Sonny before he comes set. A lot of times runners will peek in as you're getting the sign as a pitcher.
Well, one thing I noticed in that 2-game set in New York, Al, you were with me, they did not run the bases well. They made a lot of outs on the bases, the Nationals. 2 pickoffs at first. Getting thrown out at home, another one getting thrown out on the second or third.
Second.
They didn't do a great job. Fly ball, right side, long run for Judge, and he makes the play.
That is a big man going a long way. What a player. What a player. Right fielder can hit the ball out of any park. Look how far he came from. Didn't give up, kept his eye on it. It's a visiting stadium, so you're not familiar with the exact dimensions and how much felt territory. Just kept his eye on it. That is a beautiful play. All of what, 6, 7 of them? That's terrific.
So you knew he grew up in the Bay Area. I found this out on Saturday. Never knew it. Who do you think his favorite player was growing up?
Baseball?
Mm-hmm. Now you would think Bonds,
yeah,
right?
Barry Bonds.
No. Rich Aurelia.
Rich Aurelia.
He said, if you looked at pictures of me in high school or even in college, I imitated Rich Aurelia's stance.
Really? Well, Rich would love that.
Ground ball to second. And they get Harper for the final out. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 3 in the books. Nice play by Judge. 1-1 game. doing more. Well, we have not seen Jacoby Ellsbury all season. Began the year on a DL, strained oblique in spring training, then hip, foot, and back injuries occurred during the rehab for the oblique. And I saw a back specialist last week, and he is expected to begin baseball activity soon. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, driven in the Yankees' only run on the Audi scoreboard. It's 1-1, top of the fourth.
Good fastball count here. So fastball, a split and a slider. That closed stance opens him up really for that ball away to stay on it and go to right field. 3-1 slider, pitching defensively right here. Eric Fedde is.
Three and two.
Go 2 sliders off the plate, and then you paint perfect down and away strike.
Hit sharply and stopped there by Defoe. Cannot make a throw. A base hit for Stanton.
Well, I don't know what the velo off the bat there was, but that was hit hard. Trying to go again to duplicate the fastball away, and you see the shift that the Nationals are playing. Wilmer Defoe up the middle just to stop that ball. 99-mile-an-hour ground ball. Trey Turner was in the hole closer to third base.
Let's go Yankees chant going up here at Nationals Park. Gleyber Torres grounds to third. There's one and there's two around the horn. 5-4-3.
A little charity hop for Rendon here at third base, easily just making sure he gets on it. Just firm strike right over to Wilmer Defoe, easily turning a double play.
So 2 away, and that'll bring up Bird. One and 0. One. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one's bounced up there, 3-2.
Fedde staying away from the slider to Greg Bird. He threw a slider in his last start at the stadium. Greg Bird put in the right field seats. See Pedro Severino think here. Fastball in.
Missed inside, so Bird with a 2-out walk.
A good at bat by Greg Bird. Saw all the pitches. Fedde gets a double play ball. You see getting out of a 2-out walk. Make the pitcher work, especially on a hot night.
One and 0. One game. We're at the top of the 4th inning here at Nationals Park. And a strike. 1-1 on Andujar. Defoe shades up the middle, and a lot of the right side of the infield is open as Reynolds holds Bird. One and 2.
There's a couple overthrown sliders to Andujar. Fetty does not want that location, but because he's throwing 96 with some sink, Andujar grounded out in his first at bat to get away with a poorly located breaking ball. In that case, back-to-back sliders.
Strike 3, and Andujar down looking. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 1-1 on Yes. It is a beautiful thing every evening here at Nationals Park. Something to smile about. Cricket, smile. So a little bit of a Teddy falling down. The other 2 presidents check it out, but Abe said, nah, I'm not doing that because I'm honest, Abe, but I'm also sharp. And he takes off and he wins going away. A Lincoln leap. Smile about that. Thanks to cricket. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Rendon takes a strike. John Heyman of FanRag Sports, Audi Scoreboard 1-1, is reporting that the Nationals are close to acquiring Kelvin Herrera.
Wow.
To strengthen their bullpen. Not official yet, but if John reports it, pretty good chance.
Now, I haven't seen Kelvin Herrera's numbers of late, but with Kansas City, he was just absolutely dominating. I thought he would have been like the pick for the July 31st trade deadline.
1.05 ERA and 14 saves for Herrera. They already have Doolittle here, and he's done great, blown just 1 save. He picked up a save in the suspended game, and Herrera's done that in 27 games.
That's true. That's a great pickup for the Nationals. Hopefully they get Strasburg back and start hitting on all cylinders, because they have not been hitting that much, especially in June. I think only the Phillies and the Mets have a lower team batting average in the National League. Nats coming in. I think you mentioned earlier, they're 5-8 in June. They're hitting .219 as a club, tied with the Phillies at .219. The Mets are about 166 as a team in June.
Three and two on Rendon. Drilled to left field, going back Stanton, turning, looking. He's going to play it off the wall. Rendon is going for two, and he will make it.
Two count. You don't want to walk him, but then there you got middle of the plate. You can see where Romine wanting to set up away. Rendon, great hitter, nice swing, good pass, got a little topspin on it, keeping the ball in the ballpark. He hit it hard. 17th double on the year. Nice little carom for Stanton to get it in there quickly, easily getting in there for his 17th double. Thought there may be a shot. Stanton's got a great arm.
Here's a youngster, Juan Soto. Good spot for Rendon to hit between Harper and Soto. Soto grounds one to first. Bird is there, so Soto does the job, moving Rendon to third with one out.
Yeah, it almost looked that was his approach, being able to pull the ball to the right side. You can move the runner over, nobody out. Sacrifice fly situation, getting all the high fives, winning baseball.
Yankees bring the infield in for Mark Reynolds. Oh and 1.
Mark Reynolds always been a very good fastball hitter. Strikes out a lot. Last year 175 strikeouts. He had 30 home runs, 97 RBIs. He had a couple years earlier in his career, 3 years in a row of 200 strikeouts or more. Definitely thinking strikeout here if you're Sonny Gray.
Damn.
0-2 now on Reynolds.
That's a mistake right there. Sonny Gray left the slider a little too far up in the middle of this part of the zone. You're going to get two breaking balls. You trust that Austin Romine will block it. Don't worry about the runner at third base. Make a good pitch here. You want swing and miss.
Missed outside with a fastball.
I don't know about that. I think where Austin Romine, he wanted a high fastball, and because he's setting up high, you see where he's setting, that ball cut a little bit, but that to me looked like it was on the plate. Gabe Morales, home plate umpire. That's a corner. A little movement. Romine wanted that upstairs to set up the breaking ball here down the way.
No.
Good sequence. You trust it. If you know that that's the pitch that gets a lot of swing and miss, which it does, especially for Sonny, between his slider and curve. Watching his pitches tonight, he's up to 55 pitches. His slider has been better in the sense of location than his curveball. So he shook off the curveball, and now he wants a slider.
High fly ball. That'll get a run in. Catch is made by Hicks. Tagging is Rendon. He will score. 2-1 Nats.
Well, he had a shot to strike him out. You just got, watch the location here. You got Reynolds, middle of the plate, just too much of the plate. You see a head down, he's out in front. I mean, that's a dangerous pitch, especially for a guy like Mark Reynolds, who's got almost 300 home runs in his career. He just missed it.
Here's Wilmer Defoe. 1-0. One. One and two. Depot reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Clint Frazier called up before the suspended game began as Ronald Torres was again sent down. And Giovanni Gallegos is in the bullpen, the 26th man for this game.
And Michael, although it was a hard decision for Aaron Boone and the Yankees, they decided to send down Ronald Torres, obviously a fan favorite and a team favorite, but they just felt like they needed a little insurance in the outfield. As we know, Brett Gardner had that MRI on his knee yesterday. It showed some inflammation, but he said he came to the ballpark today early and it already started feeling better. Aaron Boone expressed that he'd like to stay away from him in this evening game, but Brett Gardner said he hopes he would be used as a pinch hitter late in the game. But it looks as though Frazier will continue on with the team to New York.
There's a story about, you know, Tim Brown, the writer?
Yeah.
Works for Yahoo Sports. If you get a chance, one of the great stories, Father's Day stories I've read in a long time on Yahoo Sports about Brett Gardner and the role his dad played in his life, because Gardner walked on to South Carolina and was turned down. And the coach said, below average bat speed, swing and a miss, as Depot down on strikes, below average speed. We'll give you the rest of the story, what his father meant to Brett Gardner being here as a Yankee. All right, we go to the fifth inning, 2-1 Nats. Let me just finish that story.
Yeah, please do.
Tim Brown wrote a story for Yahoo Sports about Brett Gardner and his dad and how close they are. And his dad's a farmer and was actually a minor league player for 3 years in the Phillies organization. He said he left after 3 years because you have to be realistic. He said the slider turned me into a farmer. So his son was a very good high school player, wasn't recruited anywhere, went to South Carolina and decided to try to walk on for the baseball team and got turned down. And the report was below average bat speed, below average arm, and below average running speed. So the father saw the last thing and said they could not have really been looking at him. So he wrote a 4-page letter to the coach, which Brett's mom edited down to 2 pages. They sent it to the coach, and in essence, the father said, listen, you can say average bat speed, average arm, but you can't say it's a below average run. Did you see what he can do? And they took another look at him, and he ended up making the team on the second look because of the father's letter, and then got drafted by the Yankees, and here he is. College of Charleston. Yeah, in South Carolina. And Brett said, sometimes I wonder if all of those things didn't happen, I wouldn't have seen the world like I've been able to see because I'm a Yankee and the places I've been. He said, and I would be a farmer who probably would have never left South Carolina. All thanks to his dad.
For writing the letter.
Yeah, writing a letter.
What were they looking at? I mean, if there's one thing I could...
And he also doesn't have a below average arm either. There's a base hit for Romine to start out the 5th inning against Eric Fetty.
Nice hitting there. Stays on a little cutter, running away from him. Off base hit. Watch here. This Fetty's been tough on these Yankee hitters up to this point. Great location. You see on a Mercedes-Benz Yesmo. Stays on it. That's good hitting. That is good hitting. Stay with it. Where does the pitcher throw the ball? Hit the ball where it's thrown.
So here's Sonny Gray, who lined out to Reynolds in the 3rd inning.
All right, National League brand right here, Michael.
Ooh,
Pitcher
we're gonna see a bunt.
Let's see if he could execute a sacrifice bunt. It's exciting.
What's more exciting, Al? If this was at Yankee Stadium and Gleyber Torres would be up now, or this bunt?
It's the strategy, Michael.
Oh, okay.
You keep him in there. You want him to bunt. You can pinch hit, get somebody up.
You know, despite the heat, I right now have goosebumps. I'm gonna get to see a guy bunt. Or not. 0-2. And please, before you write me letters or tweets me, I understand the strategy aspect of it, but it's quite a trade-off for double switches. Quite a trade-off. Yankees lost one of their best starters because he had to run the bases. Masahiro Tanaka.
At Citi Field?
Yep.
Well, it keeps the debate alive and keeps guys like you to talk about it.
Oh, he got it down. Throw to second. So they get the force at second as Gray reaches on the fielder's choice.
Well, he got it down. 2 strikes. Can't bunt it foul. You strike out. He just bunted a little too hard. Fetty coming off the mound quickly. As a right-hander, you fall off toward the 3rd base. Easily getting Romine at 2nd base. Almost turned into a double play.
Gray's at first, held there by Reynolds. Gray's a good athlete. Pitch outside. Was a high school quarterback.
Aside from holy cow, what was Phil Rizzuto known for?
Bunting. Yeah, but he knew how.
But the bunting
But he
was a
bunting
big
for
part
a
of the
hit.
game. Still, it's a bunt.
He was also known for not liking lightning, bugs. Won the MVP in 1950.
Cannolis.
Hall of Fame. Cannolis, right?
I hear you. I think baseball likes the debate.
I got a piece of Severino.
Hamstring, I guess.
Driven deep to right field. Eaton back. Turning. Looking. See ya. A home run for Hicks. A 2-run shot. And the Yankees take a 3-2 lead.
Smiles for sure. The 9th home run on the year for Aaron Hicks. That was a no-doubter. A 3-1 cookie.
A lot of cheers in the crowd for Aaron Hicks. Judge takes a strike.
This is right down the middle. He knew it. Mistake as far as Fetty's concerned, and good pass at it. Aaron Hicks, 9th home run on the year.
Oh, 2 on Judge. Look at the smile.
Sonny Gray scored. Is that the first time he's ever scored?
Got a run scored.
Might be his first. That's exciting.
Let's check out the exit velo on the StatCast on the home run by Hicks. 100.2 miles per hour. Exit velocity presented by Spectrum Intranet with faster download speeds and better performance. Three and 2. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes. He has struck out twice in this one and walked.
He's got such a good eye. Normally he takes this pitch and he's just off a little. I don't know. You just don't see him swinging at as many pitches that are off the plate.
Oh and 1. 1-1.
Freddie's second in the lineup next inning.
There's a base hit to left center field for Didi Gregorius.
I got a pitch that he liked. Didi took a couple of split fingers and got a fastball. Starting to wear down Fetty. Up to the 90th pitch here. Good hitting right there. Keeps his head down. Reason why he's swinging the bat better. Over 300 here in June. It's a good shot right there with his head down.
So a trip to the mound by Derek Lilliquist. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. I don't know, you've seen him now 2 games. What do you think of Fetty?
I could see why he was a first rounder. Big guy, throws in 95 or better, and I think it's like any pitcher, Michael. You know, you lose command a little bit, get a little loose. He's got a good slider. He's got a very good split, and he's throwing a 96-mile-an-hour sinker. You know, and I think it's a matter of honing the command. But stuff-wise, very good.
Here's Stanton. He is singled twice. One drove in a run in the first inning. They are giving Stanton the entire right side of the infield. Defoe almost behind the bag at second, and Reynolds holding on Gregorius at first. But the stats tell them he will pull the ball on the ground and he'll use the entire field in the air. So they don't play him to pull in the outfield. Didi goes. Throw to second. Got him. As Defoe applied the tag on the throw from Severino. No need for the Yankees to challenge this, as he is out. But the Yankees are ahead. 2 runs, 3 hits, nobody left on base. The big hit, a 2-run home run off the bat of Aaron Hicks. When it lands, the Yankees lead 3-2. Yankees lead 3-2 on that jet. On the GMC scoreboard, you see the score, but on that jet, you actually might have Kelvin Herrera, because the Nationals just officially announced they have acquired the two-time All-Star Kelvin Herrera from the Royals in exchange for infielder Kelvin Gutierrez, minor league outfielder Blake Perkins, and minor league right-handed pitcher Johannes Morel. Herrera's 28, 1.05 ERA, 14 saves in 27 games. He's rushing to get here. And he struck out 22 while issuing just 2 walks out. He did not issue his first walk until his 27th appearance this year on June 12th against Cincinnati. He has posted a 0.82 whip. Opposing batters are hitting just 207 with a 283 slugging percentage. So there you have it. Their bullpen just got a whole lot better. Severino grounds it to Bird, who flips to Gray. 1 away. So here it is. Those are the names. One Kelvin for another, and throwing a Blake and a Johannes, and you have yourself a deal.
That's a great pickup. It really is. I sold Herrera knowing that the Royals are out of it, and that's a great guy to pick up. I thought Houston would have been all over it. If there is one area of the Astros where they could use some help, is in their bullpen. And Mike Rizzo, Nationals jumping early.
See, I like when you do that. The Yankees did that last year in the deal with the White Sox. Kind of surprised everybody before other teams could get involved. That's when they got Frazier and they got David Robertson. So, I mean, you strike early and get the job done. And maybe the price goes down a little bit, because once it gets down to the 31st, teams start to bid. There's a strike. 0-2 on Fetty, who they're letting bat here in the 5th, trailing 3-2. Swing and a miss. 2 away.
Cashman spoke at Yankee Stadium last week, and he said he's been in contact with about 20 teams already, doing his due diligence. He expressed the fact that the Yankees would like to upgrade their starting pitching a little bit, but as of now, nothing close. But he's certainly out there making phone calls and trying to get something done.
Well, John Morosi of the MLB Network, Meredith, reported today that the Yankees and the Mariners are in on Jay Happ of the Blue Jays. I've not been able to confirm that with Brian, but that's what Morosi reported earlier today. Base hit for Adam Eaton. And, you know, the Yankees aren't trying to use subterfuge here. Hal Steinbrenner, last week talking to the media, said, we're looking to get a starting pitcher. We have enough money underneath the threshold, and then we plan this way, and you know, it's something that we're looking to do. So it's not like they're being secretive about it. Happ is 8-3 with a 3.48, the final year of a 3-year contract, where the total valuation of the contract is $36 million. And according to most reports, the Yankees have about $12 million available under the threshold of 197, which they have stated was a goal to get under and stay under this year, so they could reset the luxury tax. And they were able to do that and still leave room even after acquiring Giancarlo Stanton. And Trey Turner gets plunked, and that could be costly, because not only you plunk Turner, but now you face Bryce Harper with 2 outs.
Yeah, I just let that ball go after first pitch curveball. Trey Turner swung at a pitch that was in the left-handed batter's box. Watch here, and then he comes in, and that's not even close. Well, let's take a look at Bryce Harper
on the Jeep Hitter Scouting Report.
Leads the NL in home runs, 19. He had 8 home runs in his first 17 games. June swoon. I mentioned it in 13 games, 146 batting average coming into tonight's game. And it's gone down. He's 0 for 2. Only 1 home run and 3 RBIs, 22 strikeouts. And feeling the pressure. Yeah, money, question mark. I don't know. I mean, there was talk of him maybe getting 300 million, 400 million. I do know this. His swinging miss is up. His career high was 29%. It's almost 33%. He's swinging at more pitches out of the zone. He's pulling more than he has in his whole career as far as seeing ball middle in and trying to pull more at 46% as opposed to 40%. That's been his career number.
Harper's grounded to third and grounded to second tonight. Aggies lead 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
But you know what has gone up, Mike? His exit velo. His exit velo is 92 miles an hour. The highest before this year is 90.6. He's gonna get it right. Listen, this guy's a fantastic player. He's 25 years old, heralded since he was probably 10 years old. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated in high school. He skipped his senior year, left high school, went to a junior college so that he could be pitched to. He's a fantastic player. Like him a lot. And I can only imagine he's human, and you start feeling the pressure, and you're going to be a free agent, and you're trying to hit the proverbial 5-run homer. And you start swinging at pitches out of the zone.
1-2.
And as a pitcher or a pitching coach or the scout report, when you know that, he's got a sweet spot down and in, and he likes to pull. You know, if you could tease a guy like that somewhere in the inner half off the plate and then just run that change-up breaking ball down and away, there you see his resume. Phenomenal. 2015 NL MVP. Look at those numbers.
Two and two.
And with getting help of lengthening a lineup, you know, you don't want to think that you're the only guy. And I think of like the years when I faced the Giants, and even though Barry Bonds had, you know, guys behind him, certainly Jeff Kent, you know, MVP type guy, but that Anthony Rendon, get him healthy. Ryan Zimmerman's been hurt. Who knows, Juan Soto, does he emerge as a legit force?
Swing and a miss. A big strikeout of Harper as Gray gets out of trouble. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the 6th inning. Aggies lead this one 3-2. And we go to the 6th inning with the Yankees up 3-2, and Stanton leads off against Fetty. Stanton was up when Gregorius got thrown out trying to steal second to end the 5th inning. We've seen this a couple of times over the last couple of weeks by the Yankees. I don't like people getting thrown out when you have your big sluggers up. Even though he's not having the year that people are expecting him to have toward the end, he's still Giancarlo Stanton. You should not get thrown out at second base. And they've been doing that just quite a few too many times. Two and two.
Listen, if the mentality for Aaron Boone is to preach, be aggressive, don't be careless, but if you see something, you get a good jump, you got a good lead, go. You don't want to put a stop sign on him, do you?
Yeah. With Stanton and Judge up, I do, yeah.
Unless you got an unbelievable walking lead and the guy behind home plate can't throw.
But that wasn't the case, so I can't take the bat out of the hands of guys had 52 and 59 home runs respected. I can't do it. I just don't think that's proven.
So just stop sign.
Isn't that what baseball is now? Stolen bases aren't in the game. Very few.
Nationals have the most in baseball, I think.
Mm-hmm. There's a base hit for Gleyber Torres. So he is 1 for 3 as he picks up a single here in the 6th. Now, a quick word from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Memorial Sloan Kettering, changing how the world treats cancer for over 130 years.
So Torres on first with 1 out, and that's going to bring out Dave Martinez, who is going to take Eric Fetty with him. So that'll do it as Fetty departs. Call to the bullpen to face Greg Bird. Yankees lead 3-2. Best in the West as the Yankees return home to the Bronx for a showdown with the Mariners. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the Chevy Yankees pregame right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. How about the matchups for the whole series? Let's take a look at that. We got Marco Gonzalez against Domingo Germán tomorrow. Then Felix Hernandez against Jonathan Loaizaga. That's on Wednesday and Thursday. What a matchup. James Paxton against Luis Severino. Paxton against Severino. Tim Collins comes in to face Greg Bird. Boy, that last shot looked very appetizing, Al. They look like they have a mister out there, like they have all over the streets of Arizona. Phoenix has that.
I need it. Humid. What do they say, 90?
The suspended game, when it started 95 degrees. Heat index of 105. Now they can say in Phoenix it's a dry heat. They can't say that here.
No, and dry heat, an oven is dry heat as well. I always got a kick out of that.
Count 3-0. Here's the numbers on Bird. 9 games. He has not allowed a run in 6 innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Tim Collins, the 3-0. And he walks Bird on 4 pitches. You know, you kind of have to like this, Al. I mean, you certainly lived through it. This looks like a really nice pep talk from Martinez to Fetty.
Yeah, it's great. Listen, I love the fact that managers have the ability to communicate, especially with young pitchers, because let's face it, most every manager has been a hitter, has been a player. And that kid right there appreciated that, I'm sure.
So Tim Collins came in just to face that one batter. With Miguel Andujar up, they'll bring in Suero. Stripes for a behind-the-scenes look into the Yankees farm system. Now in this episode, see how top pitching prospect Justice Sheffield works to perfect his craft with the AAA Rail Riders. Premieres Tuesday at 11, and it's only on Yes. So Wander Suero will take over to face Miguel Andujar.
He
was the winner in the suspended game. Picked up his first victory. And now with first and second, one man out, he'll face Andujar. Popped up behind the plate. Severino has room to make the play for the second out. So Andujar is 0 for 3.
That's a big cut right here. The pitch is supposed to be inside. You see the big swing by Andujar. Just high enough for him to not be able to get on top of it. Pedro Severino has it camped. Big out.
There's Austin Romine. One and 0. Those are the numbers on Fetty. Romine 9 for 20 this year, 450, with runners in scoring position. 2-1. Fly ball right field. Eaton going back, still back on the track and make the play for the final out as Suero does a job. No runs, a hit, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-2 Yanks.
Primarily, it's been the slider curveball combination. He's got the 7 strikeouts. You look there at him, Eaton, a little curveball, slider combo. You got Trey Turner, kind of a defensive hack there, a little hanger right there to Defoe, and then the big one right there to Bryce Harper to end that inning after he got 2 quick outs and then a single and hits batsman. Nice job so far by Sonny Gray, making the pitches when needed.
Now, Al, from the first inning to now, as you can see, his road grays are soaked through with perspiration. How much does this affect your pitching, this kind of heat?
Well, personally, I didn't like it. Obviously, I'm a big guy and heavy, you know, sweat. When you talk about jerseys, I used to have about 4 or 5 jerseys, and I would change my jersey every inning when it was real hot. Now it's cooling down a little bit. I think there's a little bit of a breeze as well, so it might be more comfortable than we feel here.
Does it affect the grip on the ball because we've seen him go to the rosin bag a lot?
Yes, it could. And then, you know, well, that's a whole other story as to whether pitchers should actually be able to get a grip. But if you're dripping sweat, and then even there, this hat, if it's wet, it's moist, you're not getting the feel or a grip that you need. So now, to me, the lunacy of it all is that, well, there's a rosin bag. So you want the pitcher we're in a time period now where we want pace the game. You want the pitcher to keep going back to the mound, getting the rosin, patting all the area, wrist, glove arm, pitch in hand, go back to the mound, throw a couple pitches, go back off the mound. It's silly. You know, why anybody wouldn't want a pitcher to have a good grip on the baseball, I don't understand. Unless you're, I guess, a hitter. You hope that the guy just walks everybody.
Now, pitchers are not allowed to have sweatbands on their hand, right?
Correct. So I actually had stuff that I forget which trainer gave it to me or prescribed it to me, but I think it was called Dry Sol, and tennis players use it, Michael, for the, you know, to be able to hold the racket. And it was like kind of a real, like a powdery and I would put it on in between innings, and it was mostly on my wrist, as you described it, wrist and forearm, because that's where the sweat will come down,
down to your hand.
and it'll drip down to your hand. And for me, I had a problem with the perspiration that eventually became a blister.
Rendon continues his good night. He's 2 for 2 now with that walk. Now, when the game on May 15th was suspended because of rain, I got the Acela back home at about 8 o'clock because I had to do the simulcast radio show. Jonathan Holder's up, and I took a seat in the quiet car. As Soto swings and misses, and much to my chagrin, just as the doors are closing, Leiter comes galumping in and seats himself next to me in the quiet car, and I knew this is trouble. Quiet and Al do not go together, and he interpreted quiet as just speaking softly. The lady behind us did not think that, Alan. She scolded us.
Yeah, but time out, time out. First of all, you've got a way boomer of a voice than me, because you got us in trouble.
I did not. It was you. I was just listening.
Michael, you don't know how to whisper.
Oh.
Okay, but here, truth, and I took a picture of the sign. It says to not talk loudly, and we weren't.
Well, we got scolded.
Yeah, but that's, come on. It's an enjoyable ride.
Not for the lady. The 1-1. That one is ripped to right field. It's a base hit for Soto. Rendon will go to third. Judge fires into second. And the Nationals are set up first and third, or nobody out.
Hate to say it, and it sounds like a broken record. I had plenty of these, but leadoff walks kill you, especially in a 3-2 game as your pitch count gets up in your middle of the game. And that may be it. Yes, it'll be it for Sonny Gray.
So Aaron Boone, with Mark Reynolds due up, is going to go to the bullpen. That's going to do it for Sonny Gray. He leaves with a 3-2 one-run lead. Back in action this Sunday to take on Toronto FC in a battle against the reigning MLS Cup champions. Coverage kicks off at 5, presented by Etihad Airways, right here on Yes, and streaming on Fox Sports Go. Now, this is the team's first match under new head coach Dominic Torrent as the team sits near the top of the Eastern Conference standings. Jonathan Holder takes over. Tough situation to inherit. First and third, nobody out. And Reynolds coming up. Yankees holding on 3-2.
Good year for Jonathan Holder after getting recalled at the end of April. He hadn't given up an earned run in 19 games. He's looking comeback or middle of the infield, get double play. Nobody out. You got to get outs here.
Those are Gray's numbers. Yankees will play back for the double play. They'll give up the run, and they'll let the game be tied. Holder deals outside. 1-0. You can see how Holder has ascended up the ladder of trust for Aaron Boone. He really believes in Holder now, brings him into these sorts of situations. And this is the reason why. So in his last 19 appearances since April 21st, 21 innings pitched, 9 hits, has not allowed an earned run, walked 3, and struck out 19. Something just clicked in for Holder.
Confidence, results.
One and two.
Or shall I say the results increase your confidence. Listen, he's got a good fastball, not exceptional, especially in this day and age. He's right there sitting at that 93, 94 mark. He's got a good slider. Gets a lot of swing and miss with it, almost 20% outs that end in it. Cuts it a little.
Drilled deep to left field. Foul. Boy, did he get that a rocket.
Man, that's a hanger right there, Michael. That's one of those where as soon as you throw it, you got the 1-2 count, and you say, please go foul. This ball's supposed to be down and away. You see where Austin Romine's going to set up. He's kind of leaning out there, and that could be just a major cookie in your half. Actually, he hung it so much that that's exactly what Mark Reynolds, he couldn't keep it fair because it was so far in. Put that ball down and away. Nope.
Traveled 443 feet foul. 1-2. Upstairs.
Oh, that's a good pitch by Austin Romine. You're getting a big dose of breaking balls, which what the Yankees did with Sonny Gray. Curveball, slider, slider, slider. He's only seen of the 10 pitches, he's seen 3 fastballs. Well, he's going to double up inside with another heater.
Got a piece, fouled the back.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot right there. It's not bad strategy by Austin Romine. Again, first at bat, he saw 4 pitches, 3 of them were breaking balls from Sonny Gray. Next at bat, watch this fastball. Had a little cut, middle inner half. That's dangerous. And his next at bat, he saw 5 pitches, all sliders except 1.
Fouled away.
Now you could say it's a different pitcher, but no, the scouting reports are what they are. You know, the hitters, they have weaknesses and strengths. When you go into a series, you sit down with the pitching coach and everybody's in the room and your catchers are there and you go over the report. You got a veteran guy, Mark Reynolds, been around a long time, coming up on 300 career home runs. This is the cat and mouse.
Good at bat so far for Reynolds, continuing to battle Holder. You've got Rondon at third. You've got Soto at first. You have nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees up 3-2 as Sonny Gray has been knocked out.
Jonathan Holder doesn't throw a whole lot of curveballs. It's mostly fastball, change, slider. If he could throw a curveball, he only throws 5% of it. Something slower, down and away. On it.
That was the 9th pitch of the at bat. Romine wants to get it right. So he'll take one of the Yankees mound visits to visit with Holder.
He throws mostly changeups to lefties. A changeup right here would spin him in the ground. Another pitch, hittable, middle, 93. Watch this right here. Romine wants it away. He's got a little cut, which makes it hard to square up for hitters. That ball's not straight, just going away. Here's a slider right here. That's a heck of a bat. Big moment in this game. He takes this slider. It's a good pitch. Yeah, he didn't go.
Pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He wins the battle. A big strikeout of Reynolds, one away.
So good, so good. Same pitch on the plate with some tilt, and that's been his pitch. 17% of the time you see the grip right there, and spins it, and because it was on the plate and it had the downward break, he actually threw that pitch. That was a great at bat. Mark Reynolds fought. Jonathan Holder wins the battle. That's a big out. Now he can set up a double play and get out of this inning.
Oh, Defoe due up. They're going to send Daniel Murphy to the plate to pinch hit for Defoe. This is only a 6-game back after debridement knee surgery.
He's only 2 for 20 on the year. He's a heck of a hitter. And now you go to work. He spots you a strike. Ground ball pitch to the left-handed batter's been his changeup. Something going down and away.
One, two.
This is beautiful setup. Murphy gives him, spots him a strike on the first pitch, and then look at that great movement. There's no reason to throw anything but that. If you could duplicate that pitch, he's out. Another changeup.
Swing and a miss. He gets Murphy. 2 away.
It's so good right there. You mentioned where he's gone up the depth chart for Aaron Boone. 2 great changeups. First pitch fastball got in the count, and then changeup. Wow. 2 huge strikeouts by Jonathan Holder.
So that'll bring up Pedro Severino. Romine giving the signs to the infielder if in fact Soto takes off from first.
He's in swing mode.
strike to Severino, who's hitting 193 with 10 ribbies. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Big Yankee contingent here in DC, and you can hear them urging on Holder. One and one. Slow roller, foul. Now 1 and 2. Along with Al Leiter and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Michael Kay. We thank you for spending part of your Monday evening with us here on the YES Network. Completion of the suspended game. Nationals won that one 5-3. The second game, it's 3-2 Yankees, bottom of the 6th inning.
Some pitches here, really doing a nice job finishing. 3 sliders in a row, and then the high fastball usually sets up that slider away again. That's been the bugaboo for Severino. Another slider.
Popped up, shallow left, on the grass is Didi. And he puts it away, and Holder lives up to his last name. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead, and he clamps down. The Nationals don't score, and he is pumped up as we go to the 7th. Well, we go to the 7th inning on the Cadillac scoreboard. The Yankees lead 3-2. What a performance by Jonathan Holder. And you could see the emotion when he came off the mound, Al. He was pumped up, and the team was pumped up.
All right, listen, you have 3-2 game. Jonathan Holder comes in 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Has a tough at bat against a veteran guy, Mark Reynolds. Strikes him out. Murphy strikeout, and then, I mean, that was phenomenal. And I love the emotion that he showed coming off. Big time, meaningful inning.
Clint Frazier pinch hitting for Holder in the number 9 spot. Called up before the suspended game began, and Ronald Torreyes was sent down. And he swings at the first pitch. He's done well in the short amount of time that he was up with the Yankees, but he really dominated at AAA. And that plumps Clint Frazier, so he will take first base. Watch this, Al. You've had these emotions before.
Yeah, because you're grinding it. Look at this. He gets it. 2 strikeouts. A pop-up. You betcha. Big moment. I love it.
And he will continue to climb the ladder of trust if he continues to get out of jams like that. Here's Aaron Hicks, his 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Put the Yankees up 3-2. That's where we are right now in the 7th. Daniel Murphy is taken over at second. Remember, he pinch hit for Defoe. Wander Suero got the final 2 outs of the 6th, still in there for the 7th. Paul O'Neill noticed over the weekend he thinks that Hicks is about to go on a run. He likes the way he's swinging the bat. So a double and a home run in this one. And that one gets past Reynolds, and that will allow Frazier to go to second, and the ball bounces into the stands.
Wow. That's just another no-no. I mean, you lead off the inning, you hit a guy, and then you throw the ball away, and you put a runner in scoring position, hit batsman, and a throwaway E1. I assume that's an E1. That's not an E3, right?
I would think it's an E1. So now a runner in scoring position. You have the top of the Yankee order up. At the very least, you want Hicks to pull the ball and move Frazier over to third, with Judge and Gregorius due up next. Pitch is high, 1-1. And it is an E1. As Severino talks with Suero. Solis, who pitched in the suspended game, is up again. 1-2 on Hicks. Still 1-2. Next up, David Robertson.
Is that a lace?
It's either a lace or a dark necklace chain. Yeah, it looks like it's a necklace from beads. You can see it's something that he does when he's on base, because he definitely put it back in there. Swing and a miss. Hicks does not move the runner over and strikes out one away.
He saw every pitch from Suero, and that curveball, he saw the change, a couple sliders, and then he pulled the string on him. Did not at least put the ball in play to right side and move Clint Frazier to third. Productive out.
Well, they've got Solis up the pitch to Gregorius. Here's Judge with a runner on second and 2 men out. One and 0. 1 man out. 3-7-0, leading 2-6-1, top of the 7th inning. Rendon deep at third, fairly close to the line. Murphy shades up the middle. 2-0 on Judge. And Gregorius on deck. Marino.
Willie pitched to him, and you gotta believe Solis is not standing there to not get in the game and face Didi.
And he walked him on 4 pitches. And he is obviously standing there to come in to pitch to Didi Gregorius. Solis will come in from the bullpen down the right field line. Solis against Gregorius, first and second, 1 man out. Completion of the suspended game, comes in and will face Didi Gregorius. This will be his 36th game, so they've used him a lot. And he actually came in to face Gregorius in the suspended game, and Gregorius hit a hard line drive to left center with Gary Sanchez on second. It was run down by Soto, and Sanchez, according to Aaron Boone, did not read it well and got doubled up at second to end the inning. Gregorius is 1 for 3 today. Now Severino giving the signs to the infielders what they want to do. We've got Clint Frazier at second and Aaron Judge at first. Popped up. Reynolds wants it. Murphy calls him off. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Giancarlo Stanton. Everyone's looking into the Nationals dugout. Are you going to bring in a righty to face Stanton? Stanton's numbers are so much better against left-handed pitchers. 246 overall, 16 homers and 38 ribbies. He's 2 for 3 in this game. So they will let Solis face Stanton. 4-0. On deck, Gleyber Torres. You know the splits we're talking about against lefties, 328, against righties, 110 points lower. Two and 0.
In this day and age of left, right, is that Sean Kelly? You got the righty warming up. We just showed the splits. You got a manager managing from the gut and not the computer screen. Let's see if it works out.
They have 9 pitchers in the bullpen, 4 lefties and 5 righties. Three and 0 on Giancarlo Stanton. Swung on 3-0 and cracked it to left field. That's going to be a base hit off the wall. Clint Frazier scores. Judge will stop at third. It's an RBI double for Stanton. And the Yankees now lead by a score of 4-2.
Wow. Huge gamble by Dave Martinez. Didn't pay off for the Nationals. Sean Kelly warming up. I assume was ready. You saw during that last shot Davey Martinez talking to his pitching coach Derek Lilliquist. This is a 3-0 changeup, middle up. Aaron Boone giving him the green light. And boy, is that a huge hit for the Yankees.
So now they intentionally walk Gleyber Torres to load the bases. And Solis will face Greg Bird. It wasn't only a gamble out. It didn't make sense. Why Sean Kelly up? And the splits are so noticeable.
Yep.
They're so stark. Stanton made him pay. How about throwing a 3-0 change and Stanton getting the green light, waiting back and crushing it?
Yeah, that, I mean, just watching Solis just basically pitching around him to get the 3-0, and then he aimed to change it.
Bird slaps one into center field. Harper's right there, and that will do it. The Yankees get a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left. Time for the 7th inning stretch. We're 8-0 leading 2-6-1 on the Nissan game summary. Sonny Gray lasted 5 and was picked up by Holder. Eric Fetty 1 out into the 6th. Aaron Hicks with a 2-run home run.
Well, again, Jonathan Holder, we cited the numbers, and listen to Jack Curry there with Ryan. It is true. You get another guy in line with a David Robertson and a Betances and a Chad Green and, of course, Chapman. It just gets deeper and deeper. More options for Aaron Boone. Given adequate rest when necessary.
The pinch hitter is Brian Goodwin. Pinch hitting for Solis. Yankees up by 2. And a breaking ball strike. Crowd of 43,723 here at Nationals Park, and that is considered a sellout. Pitch outside. One and 2. Bounced up there, 2-2.
Well, David Robertson still has that. You know, if you get a little older, your velocity drops a little, as it has for David Robertson and any pitcher.
Cadillac scoreboard, 4-2 Yankees, bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Goodwin down on strikes.
But he still has Uncle Charlie, Michael. Look at this big old curveball. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of a 1 to 7 o'clock break. It's a great pitch. It's been a great pitch for David Robertson for years. I know he picked up the cutter, especially sitting around with Mariano Rivera all those years. His curveball really has become more of his go-to secondary pitch. It throws it 22% of the time.
Here's Adam Eaton, and a strike with the fastball. Off the glove of Romine, 1-1. Strike 1 and 2.
There's that curveball again. Backdoor. I don't know if they thought it was up. Adam Eaton. That ball went high.
Ground ball to first. Backhanded by Bird. Flips to Robertson, 2 away. Now another quick word from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Memorial Sloan Kettering, changing how the world treats cancer for over 130 years.
Two-way. And that brings up Trey Turner. Four 8-0, leading 2-6-1. And there's a strike. Technically, the Nationals are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak because the game they won is the suspended game. That goes back to May 15th, not today.
Yeah. I get what you mean. I got a little confused too with that game back May 15th.
We need Doc from Back to the Future here.
Juan Soto, it was his first home run, but really it was his 6th home run, but there's an asterisk.
Which I just don't get. Wouldn't there be an asterisk if you had a long hitting streak and all of a sudden you didn't get a hit in the final 3 innings? But I guess not, because you wouldn't have a hitting streak, it was explained to me. But they put an asterisk next to Juan Soto. Doesn't much matter because he hit a home run in his first game, his real first game anyway, on May 20th against the Padres. Just some high-tech bookkeeping. On the computer readout that Al's looking at, it shows May 15th as the first game. Where's the asterisk? And where is that from?
This is MLB, you know, their stats.
That's a big walk as Trey Turner, oh no, it hit him in the elbow. So he takes first base, and that gives Bryce Harper an at bat with a runner on and 2 outs.
Back to back. Trey Turner not being able to get it out of the way of the curveball. 2 hit batsmen in his last 2 ABs.
Harper 0 for 3 in this game, and in 2 at bats in the suspended game, a strikeout and a walk. Hit sharply right at Gregorius. He steps on the bag, and that'll do it. So Harper hit it sharply, but the Yankees had him played perfectly on the defensive end. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. Harper disgusted as we go to the 8th. Nation postgame as our studio team wraps up the Yankees' quick trip here to DC. Plus sets the table for the upcoming Mariners matchup. It's only on yes. Looks like Jack wants to get into the game. He's holding a baseball. He's ready to pitch. But the guy who really is pitching is Sean Kelly. 20th game for Kelly. 15 strikeouts and 14 in the third. Faced the bottom third of the Yankee order. Hyundai scoreboard 4-2. Yankees lead. And the first pitch to Andujar is a strike. Miguel Andujar is 0 for 3 tonight. One and one. Dylan Betances getting ready.
Big backfire for Dave Martinez and the Nationals, right? We had a good shot of Dave Martinez consulting with Derek Lilliquist, his hitting coach, as to whether he should keep Solis in or bring in Sean Kelly. And I just thought maybe the matchup. I mean, even though we showed the righty-lefty splits, but he was actually 0 for 4 against Stanton. Was 0 for 4 against Kelly.
See, when decisions are made, Al, on 4 at-bats, I think that's crazy. It's not enough of a sample size to make it a trend. It's 4 at-bats.
Yeah, but I think it was 4 at-bats, 4 strikeouts.
Okay, but still it's 4 at-bats. Maybe he was sick those days.
So you're defending the Solis?
No.
He was 0 for 4 against Kelly, not Solis. It was glaring. The righty.
Oh, I'm not defending that move. I thought you were talking about Solis, but
no.
Even if those numbers didn't exist and he was 4 for 4 against Kelly, it's still, he struggles against righties. I mean, all you have to do is watch the games. To leave him in the face of lefty, it didn't make any sense. Or leave the lefty in the face him, rather.
Well, it was a gut play. It was clear.
I'll tell you what, Al, in this day and age,
I know.
You don't manage by the gut. For the most part.
For the most part. I was going to tell you, that World Series last year with A.J. Hinch and Dave Roberts, there was a little gut managing there by A.J. Hinch.
Remember, I asked Buck Showalter early this year, and his Orioles are struggling so mightily. I said, so you guys are into the analytics? He said, yes. I said, so if the analytics say something completely different than what your gut says, what do you do? He said, I go by my gut. But he's Buck Showalter. He's been at it a long time. And usually, if you're going to get hired now, you're going to follow the analytics. And if you go by the gut, it better work. High fly ball. Left field, deep. Soto back. In front of the track, he makes the play to retire Andujar. Oh, 4 for Andujar. There's Austin Romine. He's 1 for 3, averaging .329. Eaton shallow and right for Romine, who has some pop and does go that way. So is the center fielder, Harper. A lot of room behind them. That one is driven deep to center field. Harper back, still back. He covers a lot of ground and he makes the play for the second out. He knew how much room he could cover and how quickly he could go back, so he had to play it right.
That's a good swing by Austin Romine. He nailed it. You see where Harper from this angle, the camera angle, he got on his horse, turned around, sprinted, and got to it easily. I actually like when my outfielders used to play in, because I always felt, Michael, that a mistake, a heart like that, and if that was a little left center, right center, that's a double. You made a mistake as a pitcher.
Neil Walker pinch hits for David Robertson.
It's the bloops that frustrate a pitcher.
Well, former colleague Jim Cott used to say, he told his outfield, if you play shallow, anything overhead is my fault.
That's right. That's right. And I felt the same way. You're gonna make a mistake. Big league hitter's going to barrel it and hit it hard and far most of the time if you mistake out over. That's my bad. But that good pitch in on the hands, that little humpback fly ball, and it drops because you're playing on the warning track, those are frustrating hits.
Two and one on Walker. Two and two. Three and two. And Neil Walker with a pinch hit walk. So that brings up Hicks. Strike on the inside corner. One and one.
He got one, Sean Kelly did, and now he's doing the, where was that? Wow. That's one of those where if I was behind the plate, I'm sorry, and I was a pitcher, I'm like, okay, throw it down the middle, and I'm going to show you how badly you're going to get upset about this pitch I call a ball.
So you would be a vindictive umpire.
Yeah. Listen, the first one was in off the plate as far as our pitch track strike zone. And now, you know, slider, marginal. My point is that you don't win those things. These umpires, they're taught to like never admit you're wrong, and you know, kind of the bravado, you know, I'll show you kind of thing. You don't win that. You don't. How you might win some favor is that in between innings, you go over and say, hey, Gabe, by the way, where'd you get that slider? Is that in? Is it down?
Three and one. Judge on deck.
But, you know, Sean Kelly's been around a long time. He probably feels like he can, you know, bark at the umpire. Not that that makes it right, but I think veteran guys feel like they have a little longer leash.
High fly ball, right center. Harper puts it away, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up by 2.
The home plate umpire, and he says something along this line. Hey, Gabe, for one, I'm sorry, I heated the moment. I shouldn't have said, you know, pointed you out on live television. But here, where did you get that down? Was it in? Yeah. Sean, I got it in a little bit. Okay, all right. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go up there. No problem, kid.
And does that erase the sin?
What sin? You were mad.
I mean,
we're not playing chess here.
But does Morales remember that?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He does.
So
yeah.
it doesn't erase it.
Yeah. However, they're on the computer, and there's a system in place. And if they want to make all-star games and postseason, they can't go too far off the parameter of the system. Strike zone.
Hyundai scoreboard 4-2 Yankees lead, but that was a ball. Pitches outside of Betances, wasn't it?
The slider?
Yeah.
No, it was a strike. I think he had a legit gripe, but the fastball in was a ball.
Gotcha.
That he called a strike.
One and one on Rendon. Rendon, Soto, and Reynolds against Betances. 55 strikeouts in 31 innings. So 32 base runners in 31 innings. Opponents hit 180 against them. Skied the other way and out of play. Fast pitch speed analytics brought to you by Fios by Verizon. That was 98 miles an hour. And one thing that was unusual about that discussion with Morales, why would you cover your mouth with the glove? I mean, when you're out in public, Al, do you cover your mouth with your hand?
All the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's reading his lips there? Strike three. Rendon down looking. He does not like that call.
Well, it's a big curveball. Let's take a look. Oh, that was off the plate. Big curve. Curves are hard. That's the hardest pitch, I think, for umpires to gauge. They're great, but you got a big break. Betances throwing 98, looking at both sides of the corner, and then you get a big 12-6. Looks like Betances got one there.
Pitch to Soto. 1-0. Soto is 2 for 3. So in 7 at-bats against the Yankees, he has 5 hits and 3 home runs. There's a strike. Another strike with another breaking ball. 1-2. And one of the things that the Nationals front office is just blown away by with Soto, that when he got signed by them, he learned English in like a month studying Rosetta Stone. Strike 3. He's down looking. It was so important to him to come play in the States that he knew English and could do interviews in English and talk with his teammates. A month studying the Rosetta Stone.
Amazing.
But the Rosetta Stone does not explain Dylan Betances' stuff. Here's Mark Reynolds. .98 miles an hour, 0-1.
Well, that's been the difference. Everybody knows that Betances has the great curveball, but you look at his repertoire and the percentage of his pitches. He went from 32 pitches, or 32% fastball, 40% April, 41% May, in June 56%, and that just makes that pitch less predictable because he threw a lot of curveballs.
Last 10 appearances, 17 strikeouts in 10 innings, just 1 hit and 6 walks. 1-2 count. Also, the better fastball you have, the more arm speed and the better your breaking ball's going to be.
And you trust it more.
Right.
He has every reason to trust his fastball, Michael. He's a legit gas guy, 98 to 100. And then you get swings like that. But there was a time, I mean, I'm looking at the ratio on Brooks baseball. You know, the end of last year, he was throwing 57% curveballs, 43% fastballs. And he's throwing 98. This isn't a guy throwing 88.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Reynolds. Strike 3. Betances strikes out the side. All 3 looking. A dominant 8th inning. Down goes Rendon. Down goes Soto. Down goes Reynolds. And we go to the 9th inning. Dallas as the Yankees return home to the Bronx for a showdown with the Seattle Mariners. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the Chevy Yankees pregame. It's right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. Best records in baseball. 46 and 42 Yankees. Then it's the Red Sox, the Astros, the Mariners, and the Braves.
Wow. The Braves stand out the most there.
Matt Grace, the sixth pitcher for the Nationals, and he throws a strike to Aaron Judge. We're in the ninth. Yankees holding on to a 4-2 advantage. Backing up is Rendon. Fields and gets Judge. So Judge 0 for 3 with 2 walks tonight. This is Grace's 15th game. And there's a strike. Gregorius calls time. Didi 1 for 4 and was caught stealing. Had a single. His average at 258. 0-2. Chapman is ready. Ground ball bangs around on the camera well. For the Nationals in the bottom of the ninth, it'll be 9-1 and 2 in their order. And if anybody gets on, Harper. Fly ball right field, Eaton on the run toward the corner. He'll make the play. Two down here in the ninth for the Yanks. And here's Giancarlo Stanton, who has 3 hits and 2 ribbies. And again, we'll face a left-hander.
I know it was an insurance run, Michael, but that to me was certainly a big turning point in the game. Stanton coming up with a big double, 3-0 count. He got a changeup from Solis.
That one is a base hit through the left side of the infield. A 4-hit night for Stanton. That had an exit velo of 116.
Yeah, he smothered this here. They've got the down angle, obviously a ground ball single, but he's had a couple now hard ground ball singles. The other one was 111 miles an hour, if I remember.
Gleyber Torres pops it up. And that's out of play. Severino gave it a look. So Torres is 1 for 3 and was intentionally walked. He singled in the 6th inning.
Nice little 4-hit night for Giancarlo Stanton.
One and one. In front of a sellout crowd here at Nationals Park, Yankees trying to essentially split this 2-game set. Not essentially, literally. High fly ball. Left center. Harper makes the play on the track for the final out of the ninth. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and Chapman will try to close it out.
One out in the 5th inning. The Yankees were down 2-1, and gets a fastball middle in. His 9th home run on the year turned this game to a 3-2 lead for the Yankees. They tacked on another run in the 7th inning, and that was your Land Rover drive of the game.
You saw Sonny Gray smiling there, and he left the game 1st and 3rd. Nobody out. The Yankees up by 1, but the bullpen has been extraordinary, so he could actually pick up a win if Chapman closes it out here in the 9th. This will be his 32nd game. He's been great this year. 53 strikeouts and 30 and 2/3 innings pitched. 20 out of 21 for save opportunities. And the scoreboard was incorrect, and I actually relied on it. It's now 9-1-2 in the order coming up. It's the bottom 3rd of the order coming up. So they're a long way to go to get to Harper. We'll start off with Daniel Murphy. Murphy, Severino, and then a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Underwent microfracture surgery and debridement of that knee, and essentially missed the 2 opening months of the season. He pinch hit in the 6th and struck out. And that was against Jonathan Holder. And if you want to look at the key moment of the game, that's the key moment. 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and Holder got out of it without allowing a run. Yankees up 4-2. Line drive, left field, a base hit for Murphy. Cutting over is Stanton, cuts the ball off. He'll fire to second, and Murphy's in with a inning opening double.
Well, Murphy struggling. Michael mentioned about his knee surgery coming back. He's under 100, 0.95 until that hit there. Does a nice job, Daniel Murphy. Such a good hitter, and certainly once he gets going, that's going to help the Nationals offense. Let's see him, kind of his gait. We saw him gimping at Yankee Stadium. He's got a little gimp there, and he has to get going here, get a little slide. That microfracture surgery is not fun. They put little pinholes in your bone and create some blood flow for healing.
Here is Severino. Oh and 1. Murphy at second. Nobody out. Missed outside with a fastball. 1-1. Severino 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, grounded to first, and a pop to short. Holder, Robertson, and Betances, they've been great tonight. Now it's Chapman's turn. Strike 2.
Most of these national hitters are not too happy with Gabe Morales behind home plate.
Well, now the Yankees aren't too happy. Chapman thought that was strike 3.
Up and away box, and nice frame job by Austin Romine, but that ball looks outside and up. Barely.
Three and 2 on Severino. Michael Taylor on deck to pinch hit. And the payoff. Fouled it back.
Swung at a ball there, all fastballs so far. 2 fastballs to Daniel Murphy, and 7th pitch of this at bat. 6th pitch of this at bat, all heaters.
Swing and a miss, got him. 98 miles an hour upstairs, 1 away.
I mean, such little reaction time for a hitter at 100 miles an hour, 98 miles an hour. You see that was right over the plate, upstairs, maybe a ball, probably ball 4. It's so hard to lay off.
Now Chapman will face the pinch hitter, Michael A. Taylor. Pinch hitting for the pitcher, Matt Grease. Taylor has some pop. Murphy at second. 1 man out, bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Taylor is high. 1-0. Been red hot the last 22 games. Missed outside.
As hard as Aroldis Chapman throws, you know, you have the tendency to overthrow, and anytime a pitcher overthrows, your body gets out, your arm lags, kind of get underneath it. That's when you see guys up in the zone. Sit back over the rubber, allow your arm to work. Reach out and finish.
Two and one. Severino opened the ninth with a double. Then, or should I say, Murphy did. Severino then struck out. So Murphy is at second with one man out. Three and one as he went with the slider. And Taylor up in the count. Adam Eaton is on deck. Three-one pitch. He walked him, so now the tying runs are on base, and the top of the order coming up.
Interesting pitch selection there. He went fastball, three fastballs, and then slider, and a 3-1 count. If he makes the pitch, great, but there's not a hitter in this Nationals lineup that's going to be sitting slider. So it's really just a pitch that you're just trying to throw it for a strike, nothing special.
So here's Eaton. Tying runs on base. Yankees lead 4-2, bottom of the ninth. Eaton 2 for 4 tonight. Chapman deals. You can see Chapman does not have the great command and is working behind in the count 1-0.
Just like a hitter, you know, the timing of a pitcher's delivery, it's ever so slight. Or if you're just off a little bit, and what I see here a little bit is that he's rushing through the gathering point where the demarcation of a pitcher to break his hands, get in throwing position, and throw. It's a tad bit rushing.
There's a strike. Took a little bit off that. Got a strike at 96 miles an hour.
And the call, Michael, a lot of times when you get a guy that, I mean, it's exceptional stuff, right? You know, Aroldis Chapman, one of the best arms ever, is to slow him down, is to actually throw an off-speed pitch. You're not looking for an off-speed pitch here. Adam Eaton is not looking anything other than a heater.
Two-one. He threw the slider, 2-2. He swung. Murphy at second. Taylor with very good speed is at first. So anything in the gap or down the line could tie this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Chapman to Eaton. Got him. 2 away. Blew the fastball right by him. Nationals down to their final out.
Wow. Here it is. Inner half, it looked like that he was trying to go away, but that's just sitting. Let it ride through the zone. exceptional explosive fastball.
And that brings up Trey Turner. 0 for 2, a walk and a hit by pitch. And drops the slider in for a strike.
Yeah, that's a good call early in the count. Slows him down, just get me over, get a strike, and then go to work.
And the 0-1. 1-1. One and two, and the Nationals down to their final strike. The Yankee fans in this sellout crowd looking for strike three. First and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth. Yankees up by 2. Trey Turner at the plate, a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Did he go? No, said Ed Hickox.
It's got to be pretty blatant for to end the game on the check swing. Hands came out in front but did not break his wrist. Therefore the barrel of the bat not going over in front of home plate.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They'll do it again. Bryce Harper is on deck.
Battle every pitch. Trey Turner fighting here.
You can see that Gregorius wanted them to talk because he was standing in front of Murphy, which is not where he would be positioned for this at bat. So he got Romine to come out. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fly ball, right field. Going back, Judge, still back, reaches up and makes the play as the Yankees hold on to win 4-2. Judge covered a lot of ground and hauled it in. It goes over his head. It's a tie ball game, and it's a different story of the night. But Chapman could breathe a sigh of relief.
Wow. Chapman made it interesting here in the ninth. What a play. Couple plays tonight by Aaron Judge in right field. Off double, got the big strikeout, and a nice play by Aaron Judge.
4 hits for Giancarlo Stanton, and then this.
I mean, this ball kept carrying. I mean, it was going. Aaron Judge making a beautiful play to end this game.
Well, that's a lot of ground. Now let's take a look at what Chapman's view was. And a smile and a fist pump, but you could see afterward he was disappointed that he gave up such a long drive with the game on the line. So the Yankees hold on to win this one 4-2. They split this 2-game set that took about a month and a half to play. We've got a lot more